Located on the Bon Secour Highway in the South Baldwin County community of Bon Secour, Alabama, and situated directly across from Baldwin County's oldest public school, the Swift School, Morgan's Chapel, United Methodist Church, remains distinguished not only as a historic church, but also internationally as one of the year 2000's newest houses of worship. The chapel's congregation dates back to the 1920s, when a group of Mississippi farmers moved to the Bon Secour community and settled an area roughly 1 square mile in size, which became affectionately known as the Mississippi Settlement.
There were a group of farmers that moved here from Mississippi. They had heard about free land. The timber companies had come into Bon Secour and cut off all the virgin timber that was on the land, and they let it go for taxes. So these farmers moved to this area and bought the land just for taxes. They were Methodist Protestants when they were in Mississippi, so they immediately set about to establish a Methodist Protestant church in this community. So the building that they originally bought on this land had a little one-room schoolhouse, and that's where they met for church services. And they did that for several years, and then in probably the late 29 or early 30, they began construction of this building. My grandparents were Fraser and Joe Prince, and their son-in-law was Joe Odom. Joe Odom had a small cypress pond on his farm, so he cut out the cypress trees and hauled that timber to a sawmill that was about a mile north of this present location. And they had the timber milled into the cypress boards that are on the exterior of the building.
The congregation had reservations about becoming a part of the newly formed Methodist Church in 1939, so they withdrew from the denomination. The building and property remained in the conference. In the late 1960s, the congregation dwindled and the church was officially closed. Mabel Anderson and others with ties to the church, along with Orange Beach United Methodist Church serving as their sponsor, reopened the church.
Bishop Morris from Montgomery came down. Our district superintendent was here. We had a lot of guests, and we were chartered at 1 minute after 6, which was 12:01 on January 1st, 2000.